Look out, Christine's got some jewelry. We got the Chevy V on the back, we got the Chevy emblem on the trunk, taillights in, Chevy Bel Air script. We even got the rear view mirrors on and the bird, which, whoa, hey, I can't show you everything, but we got that done too. So if you're interested in seeing all this, how we trimmed out Christine, put on the bling, stay tuned. Alright, welcome back to Restore Christine. Bill here, Christine. Well on our way to being finished. Today's gonna be a fun day. We're gonna do a lot of exterior trim. Not all of it, most of it. As much as I can get done. So I've got to do the hood bird, the hood V. I've got some Chevrolet insignias. I got Bel Air scripts to put on the side. I've got some side rear view mirrors. So we're gonna do all of that. I got a lot of brand new parts. They're all still in the box. We're unboxing a few new things. Got some from Dan Chuck, some from Fargo. Whole lot of stuff, so let's just dive in. So just a little brief background. Christine is a 56 Bel Air. I've had her since 2005, so I've had her for 20 years now. Started rebuilding her 4 years ago. Took her completely apart, went ground up, took the frame off, painted her here in this garage, did an awful lot of rust repair, replaced the floor pans, the trunk pans, you name it. This poor car had it. So there was a lot of stuff that was on Christine, most of it which was not exactly original. A lot of it was reproduction, so that's kind of allowed me to say, you know what, normally I would say, look, if it's 1956, it's earned its right to be in the car, let's keep it. But a lot of the trim that I had was all reproduction and aftermarket stuff, so it's like if that stuff's all pitted and dull, then why am I going to keep it? So I went ahead and I invested a little bit. I said, she deserves it. So we're gonna give her some brand new jewelry. And one of the things, like, for example, the hood bird. So here's Christine's hood bird, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's all pitted and gritty. It's just not in great shape. And if you look at the back side of it, there's no way that this is brand new. There's no way that this is original. This is some reproduction part, and its chrome didn't exactly last, so I got a brand new hood bird. Another thing are the V's. I have the two V's. You can see I kept them from when I took them off. One of these goes on the hood, and one of these goes on the trunk. And there's a little bit of a difference between the two. The trunk has some little finger lips to get your finger underneath it to lift the trunk. So this here, and this is also, you can see this is again, there's no way this is from 1956, not like that, but then look at the pitting on it. Same thing with the hood V. Now, the reason why I know the hood V is not from 1956 because Christine came with a straight 6. So this would have only been on the V8 cars, and Christine was not a V8 model. She was 6-cylinder, 3 in a tree. And when I bought her, she had a Chevy V8 in it with 4-speed Saginaw transmission, 4 on the floor, which also wasn't available in 1956, at least not on the floor. So I know this isn't original. So I decided to go ahead and, you know what, let's buy new ones for all of that. And it didn't just stop there. It's Bel Air script. My Bel Air script similarly was all just dull, and I tried cleaning it up and couldn't do it. So let's start unboxing some of this stuff. So what about the hood bird? I got the hood bird here. I forget where I got this, but you can see it's got eBay packaging. So I got this from a small little vendor that was on eBay. And I'm pretty sure what I bought was, I was looking for the Mutton Hollow version. So there was Dan Chuck. There used to be Dan Chuck, okay? Dan Chuck used to manufacture these things and sell them wholesale to other dealers. And then they also sold them direct. And so their direct model, they got away from it. And now they're not selling direct anymore to consumer. They're only manufacturing some of the parts that they actually manufacture, but they're wholesaling them to other distributors or vendors. So this bird came, this is a Mutton Hollow part number. So this is what I got here, but you'll notice it says, I'm pretty sure it said on the bag, or it said here, made in Taiwan. You know, chroming is just very difficult. It's environmentally unfriendly, so it's very hard to get you know, chrome work domestically more and more and more, and it's more expensive to do so. So here's the new bird, there's the old bird. You can see there's no comparison as far as the finish because of the age, but as far as fit and finish, this is the same. In fact, I'm looking, the part number stamped on the back. It looks like whoever's made this new bird, 3720953, it's exactly the same. So I'm pretty sure that what I have here, this new casting, is the same reproduction as this old casting. This old casting may date back to maybe 1996. So this had a good, however many years that is on the car. It's, you know, almost 30 years on the car. So this lasted pretty good. But that's going to be the new one. It came with a hood gasket. Came with the gasket, so we're going to be doing that. Looks like I need to do some studs. I'm going to have to cut some 1/4 inch bolts probably to make some studs to put that on the hood, unless it came with the hardware. And it does come with the hardware, so it came with the studs. 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. Not sure if it's got the nuts or not with it, but we'll get that on today. Let's unbox something else. So I have the hood emblems. I got these two as a pair, and these were also, I got these from Mutton Hollow. It's Fargo, so I've seen Fargo on a number of different things. Fargo also, their name has been on a lot of different chrome reproduction pieces, including these V's. So this is the 56 hood V. Let's see what it looks like. You can see it says GM Restoration Parts, so it's got to be licensed, I guess, in order to bear that name. But there it is. There's the hood V. It's got 1, 2, 3 stud mounts, 3 stud bosses on the back, and it looks like there is indeed the hardware in the box. So this Fargo thing comes with the hardware. It's got some crazy looking nuts. They're stamped out of sheet metal, but they're a little tall, so it's interesting. Wondering why that is, but anyway, there's the hood V. I'll show you the trunk V now. The trunk V also from Fargo. Like a kid at Christmas, huh? And again, with the 2 little finger notches. Then you got 1, 2, 3 studs, and there's the 1, 2, 3 studs in the hardware. We'll get that on today. Let's look at some more things. Bel Air script. So my Bel Air script, I think these came from Eckler. I got these from Eckler, haven't even opened them up yet, but they're also Fargo. Let's get it open. Tear it open. It's in a double packaging. Order them as a pair. But there's the Bel Air script. And this has pins 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to go ahead or let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5. So I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to put these holes in, Christine. If I filled them in already, I don't know if I've got any of them left, but if I filled them in already, what I might do is I might grind these off and I might use some molding adhesive for mounting these. We will see. I've also got a new badge for the rear trunk. That just goes right there. And it's a Chevrolet badge. Mine, the chrome was dull, and then my lens, that might have been original. The lens was cracked, it was split, the red was dull, and now this one is all brand new. Let's see what it looks like. Here we go. Oh, that's pretty. You know, it's this little bit of bling that's going to make the difference. Let me show you my old one. Look at that. So, I don't know that this was original, but look how dull, look how cruddy that is compared to that. You know, you just got to go with it. So, we're going to go with the new one. On the side of the Bel Air scripts, on the side of these, is a little Chevrolet insignia, and this is what was on the car before. Don't know if this was reproduction or original, but this is probably reproduction. I'm going to clean this up. This is in good shape. It's got a gold tone to it, but on the back side you'll see it says made in the USA, and I don't know if that is still the case, but that's the way this one was. Now, because of the way this one is shaped, because this is hollow, I probably do need to use the 2 pins and then connect it. So what I might do is I might use this with molding adhesive and then put these on with the pins, and I'll use the hardware that came with this one in order to mount these. More new parts. We also have some lenses. So on the back of Christine are the license plate lenses, and I have these old bezels. These are reproduction, but these are the ones I'm going to recover and reuse, and here are my old lenses, and these impressed me to be the actual original ones that were on a car, but they're very, very bad. And they're foggy, they're white. Here's some reproductions. So I just got these. We'll put these on today, and I have new license plate lens gaskets. Christine also, when I bought her, she had blue dots. So blue dots here in the middle, and this is an aftermarket thing, but you can see mine are cracked. I bought some new blue dots, so I'm going to put those on today too. We also have the backup lenses, so the backup light lenses. These are foggy and white, and I have some brand new ones that are nice and clear. I'm going to put those on today. A lot of stuff we're going to be doing. Well, what's the last thing? And the last thing is going to be these, maybe these mirrors. I'll go ahead and, if I can get these on today, that'd be great. But here are these mirrors that I got. These are a reproduction. It's the bullet nose. It's got the teardrop shape. This came with the new gaskets. And what brand is this? This is United Pacific exterior mirror. I don't know where I got this from, but I'll put a part number on the screen. So I'm gonna have 2 of these, one on the passenger and one on the driver's side. So let's start putting some parts on. So the first thing we're gonna start with are the license plate lenses, and there's something unique about them. The housing is offset. So the housing is offset the way it goes in there, and if you look at the lens has an offset in its center point too. So I did a little bit of experimenting because I couldn't remember if this was the left or the right, and because it'll go on both sides. But if you put it on both sides, on either side there's an indexing tab on the lens. So this is the direction in which the light points. So I did some experiments with the bulb just to see, and it's not by much, but it's subtle. So the license plate goes right back here. So what I'm going to do is I'm mounting this so that this eye points upward. So this is a brand new gasket, brand new lens, and we're going to go ahead and get those mounted on the left and the right and start with that. So you'll notice that as this goes on, if it goes this way with the screw holes are offset, so if you put it this way it shrouds the light, if you put it that way it doesn't. So that's the direction I'm going. It'll fit either way. It might be wrong, I don't know, but I'm just using design logic on it. But it'll all fit together either way. Alright, I got them both on, and I went with it not shrouding the lens. So the lens has got an offset eye, and it looks like it points it up. So I did this, which is, it seems to be, this is opposite. This is flipped backwards. This hole would be concentric if I had it the other way, but it shrouds the light. So I'm gonna leave it like this for now. I've got it like that on both sides. I can simply just unscrew those 2 screws and flip it over, but I think that that's going to allow that to project onto the license plate a little better. It'll be unshrouded. So I don't know, we'll wait until we get all the lights on and we'll see, but let's go to the next part, which we're gonna go ahead and tackle his trunk. This is the V that goes in the trunk, and it's got 3 studs, 1, 2, 3, that go on the back of it, and I'll give you a little rundown on what I'm seeing here. That looks like that's 3/16 by 24 thread. So it's 3/16 national coarse thread, and there's 3 studs, 1, 2, 3. And there's a little trick for tightening these in. What you need to do is you need to take 2 nuts and you put the one nut on, you put the second nut on, you tighten the two nuts against each other, and then you can turn in and tighten this stud all the way. So that's what we're going to do. All right, now I've got those two tight against one another. I can take the outside one. And I can tighten it up. There you go. So that stud is locked in there now. I need to do the same thing with the other two. All right, I want to give you a tip here. So you can go to Home Depot and you can buy bituminous tape. This is a 3M bitumen, but it's the same thing. So what I'm going to use is some bituminous rubber. This is synthetic rubber. So you can get a roll of this from Home Depot in a roofing aisle for $7, and it's gray. It's perfect for this. And what we want to do is we want to seal these holes. We want to put a little bit of backing material on this so that when I do tighten this, that these holes are more or less sealed. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to roll this into a little snake. I'm going to put a little circle around that, and then hopefully that'll help this all seal. So when that goes through, you can see it there. So we're going to put a little bit of bituminous tape on that, and then when it tightens up, it ought to be a lot more watertight. That's the last hole right there. So I'm just going to put a little snake cord around it. And this stuff cleans up easily with mineral spirits. So hopefully that'll hide underneath the V, but if it doesn't, we'll be able to wipe it up. And then we're going to go ahead and put our V on. See a little bit that's smashed out? We'll be able to clean that up really easily. Show you how that's going to clean up. Just a little bit of mineral spirits on a little tissue. A little paper towel. I'm just going to use a little bit of help to get in that corner. And there it is. Never happened. Alright, so the Chevy Insignia, it came with these little nuts that are stamped out of sheet metal. I can't get it, it's so tiny, but they just thread on. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on a bench. I'll go ahead and see if I can't get these started on here before I put them on the car. And I'm going to do the same thing with the bituminous tape on the 3 holes there, so that this also stays watertight. See, it took a little effort to get that started, but you see how it's cut little threads in it now? These are smooth. So that's the way to go about this, is definitely do this first. Now I'm going to go ahead and do all 3, pull them off, and then put it on. 3 little tiny pieces of that bituminous caulk, synthetic rubber. There we go. Get that in. I'm going to go on the inside and put the nuts on. Alright, you'll see getting them started before on the outside was the right way to go. I got 2 of these mostly tight. I got this third one. I got this third one to do. But if I'd be in here fighting this, that would be a mess. Not overly tight. It's just a small little trim piece. Come on. So there we go. All right, let's see what it looks like. Woo! Wow, look at that. Look at that. Oh man. Finishes it out, doesn't it? Wait till I get the latch on there. Get the key cylinder. All right, let's see if we can't get these tail lights finished, and that'll be it for the back, and then we can do the side quarter panels. So I bought new gaskets too. These are made by Soft Seal. and it has the backup light gasket, and then it has the gasket for the round tail light. And these are Dan Chuck reproductions. These are old though. They were on Christine when I got her. So I just cleaned them up, and I didn't do a video on it, but I used a MAC brush and some one-shot sign paint to redo all the black on the inside. And the other thing that I did was this gasket that goes around the outside. It just comes in a spaghetti noodle string, and this is the same that goes on the front of the 57s. It's the same trim. So what you do is you pull that around, and then you mark where you want to splice it, and I splice mine here. And you just use some super glue. And so while it's not tight, you leave it loose, and then you make a loop, and you put super glue, and then you bind the two together, hold them, let them cure for a little bit, and then you come back after it's hardened, and then you got a one-piece seal that goes all the way around, and it finishes out like this, because that's where my splice is. All right, so I've got this gasket here. I've got the other gasket for the reverse light, for the backup light. Put that in. So another thing I may not have mentioned yet is that I've got a whole video series. I've got a playlist. I've got 4 videos on the American Auto Wire installation on here. So this is a classic upgrade kit, and I did all the wiring on here. The first video is an unboxing, and the next 3 videos are installing that kit. Oh, there we go. It looks clean, good and tight, and clean. All right, let's go for the blue dot. All right. Brand new number 8 stainless screws. Oh, it looks pretty. I want to say the blue dot's not legal. I don't care. Let's see. Just always sneak up on it. You need to get your part squared up and centered before you get everything tight. There it is. Step back and look at the whole thing there. That looks good. Looks really good. Gotta do that one. Same thing. Gasket. Gasket. Lens and lens. So another thing too is Christine was like loaded down with rust and was butchered. Had been some rough body work that was done before, but this is a brand new cap. I had to fabricate this from scratch. Same thing on the other side. I've got a video on that goes way back. So I'm going to put a link to that, but that goes back several years. But if you're looking at this, and if yours is a mess, that'll show you how to make a new one like this. Oh, I did not mean to tap it like that. All right, let's step back and take a look at it. That looks good. Looks really good. Look at that. Look at the whole thing. Woo! Take it out of the distorted. There we go. I'm liking it. I am liking it. Oh yeah, wait till that gets in the sun. Right now we're in a shady garage. Now we got to get to these side insignias and that gold Chevrolet emblem. So the Chevy insignia on the side, I really don't have much of a choice on this driver's side because it's already got 2 holes that are left in the fender. And I really didn't pre-plan all this stuff when I was painting Christine, but it's going to have these 2 pins. And as chance would have it, I already had the 2 pins still stuck on this, or the retaining clips. And the retaining clips, which they come new, are little teeny tiny little things like this. And the 2 that I have that are out. Wow, I don't even know if you can tell what the heck that is, but let's see. Zoom in on it. It looks like that. There you go. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use this to hold this on, and I'm also gonna put again a couple little pieces of the bituminous sealant like that. I just wrapped it around the pins so it'll seal. right. Press it on there. And that's going to temporarily hold until I get the pins pushed, which I have to go underneath here. And I don't know, it's like there's a inner wheel well and the fender. So let me slide those on. Man, look at where that is. The two pins are all the way almost against the gas cap. So I'm gonna have to get a slide way up there and get them. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was one of the hardest things to do, is to get those two pins on. Those two retainer clips. They are way up there. You can't get your fingers around them. It's too pinched. And this is several feet off the ground. All right, this is what I'm going to do for the Bel Air script. So the Bel Air script, on this side I had a hole and a half. This hole was still here for this back end, and this hole was partially there. It was partially left. So I know I can reach in the back and I can see the body filler that's covering it. So if I wanted to recover them, I can. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use those two to index this piece, and I'm going to use 3M emblem adhesive. I'm going to use this, and I'll explain why in a second. But I'm going to use this 3M emblem adhesive, put a little bit on the back of the emblem as it goes across this, and then it'll hold it tight. And that's what we're going to do with this. So why the emblem adhesive? All right, so I also have a 71 Cutlass convertible, and on the 71 Cutlass, there was on the back trunk lid, there were the letters Oldsmobile, all spelled out individually. Every individual letter all the way across the back of the trunk lid. And every one of those had two tiny holes. Well, as you can imagine, the tiny holes invite rust. That's what we're doing with this bituminous material. We're trying to seal those holes so that nothing gets in. So from the factory, when they push these little emblems in and they put the little pins on the back, it just rusted out every trunk that was like that had it on it. So you can still buy those emblems in reproduction, but they come with the little pins, the little tabs. So what I did is I grinded the tabs off, and I used a 3M emblem adhesive all the way across the back of my trunk, and it doesn't leak. There's no chance of it leaking. There's no chance of it rusting. So that's what I'm gonna do here. I've already got these two holes, but the rest of it I'm gonna use the emblem adhesive, and on the other side, I'll probably find the holes to index the emblem to see exactly where it's gotta go, and I'll do the same thing. Just like that. All right, got a little thin little bead on it. I'm just gonna go in with it. And then we're gonna use some tape to hold it firm. All right, those pins are gonna help it. Just need to get a Q-tip or a piece of tissue, and I'll be able to get that off with, I believe, alcohol. All right, to find the holes, see that? Those are little Bondo nivets right here, right there. Those are Bondo, Bondo coming through the other side. So there was one here, which I drilled out, and there's another one over there I drilled out, and the same thing with the other two. So what I did was I used a small little bit by hand and came from the inside and managed to by hand just go through, and then when it came through, then I came on the outside with the appropriate size drill bit and my drill, and then just carefully went in. So I've got the two holes to index the Bel Air script, and then I've got the two holes for the Chevy insignia. All right, again, another little thin bead of that emblem adhesive, which is clear. And I made sure that these holes are large enough. And I also had to pre-bend the emblem a little bit. The emblem was straight, and the fender's got a little bit of a sweep to it. So yeah, and this one looks like it might need a little bit of a helping hand on the top to hold it flat, hold it flush. But it's gonna work. So let me get some tape, and I'll put some tape on this one to help this one. The other one sat nice and flush without any help. But this one has got a little bit of a curve to it. I'm just going to make sure get it as flat as I can. Then I'll clean up that adhesive. It's got a little bit over here, but that Goo Gone or Goof Off works pretty well. Rubbing alcohol. Yeah, there's a bunch of different options. Okay, so it's down. It's down. All right, let's get the Chevy insignia. And the Chevy insignia, again, I put little dabs or dollops of the bitumen, butyl rubber. Put that on. All right, that'll hold it, but I need to get behind there and put those two pins in the back, which is a trick, but at least this side doesn't have the gas fuel inlet back on this side. This side I ought to be able to get to it, but all right, let me do that. All right, I was able to get back there. That one was much easier without everything back there, but before we see how pretty this is, we've got to leave the tape on for a little while. So that should be it for the back of the car, huh? I mean, I got everything. I got the Bel Air script, Chevy insignia, tail light, backup light, V, emblem, same thing on this side. All right. All right, let's go to the front of the car. Actually, I'm gonna clean all of this up. I'm gonna roll Christine back and we'll see if we can't get the two mirrors on. All right, so I'm on the driver's side now, getting ready to put on this mirror. And it's got a screw hole at the front, and then it's got a track at the back. So there's a screw that goes on the door. You put it on, slide it back, and then pin it down. So where does this go on the door? You can see my door is smooth. Christine used to have rear view mirrors just like this. So I'm sure that if I went inside of the door, I'm going to find body filler where these holes were. And prior to 5 minutes ago, I was completely unaware of an instruction manual that definitely did not come with these mirrors, but there's an instruction manual for 1956 for dealers to sell accessories and how do you put on accessories. So it's a booklet that includes all kinds of things like the cigarette lighter and extra trim and these rear view mirrors and a radio and all these dealer options that you would put on. So this is a template. I thought it was just I don't know, I thought this was just a packing material of some sort, but in the instruction, on the instruction sheet, they say to put this with the two ends right at the crease or the fold line of the molding, and then it says this stainless steel molding, there's supposed to be a fold in the template, but this template doesn't have a fold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape this down in about this location, because that's about what it looks like in the diagram. I'm going to tape it down, and then I'm going to reach my hand on the inside of the door and see if I can't find filler material in this vicinity. All right, I reached back here where those holes are, and I reached back behind the door, and I found what I thought was material. Like, it was definitely off. It's off. It's lower than this. So if this is where it's supposed to go, then that's where I'm going to put it. I'm going to drill new holes then. Well, you don't like it, I don't like it, but it's got to be done. So we're going to have to drill these holes. Drill these holes. I put some tape there to keep the bit from drifting. And of course my bit's not the sharpest, but it's cutting. It's cutting steel, so that's good. Yeah, all right, that's one. The other one. There you go. All right, so one of these is a bigger screw than the other. One of these is a number 10, I think this is number 10 and this is a number 8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably have to enlarge that hole a little bit, a bigger bit. Man, we go through some bits. It might even have to go bigger than that. I don't know. So let me see if I can't get the screw in there. It's hard to tell. I'm going to try it with my screw gun because it's got a little bit of an impact to it. Yep. All right, that's tight. Pull that out. Go in with the stainless number 8. Let's see. That one's fighting a little bit. I don't want to overdo it. I want to make sure I don't strip this or something and goof it up. Try it again. Yep, there it went. All right, good. Let's see if we can't get the mirror on. I'm gonna put this in. I don't know how tight that needs to be, but we'll find out. We will find out. We will find out because this has got to slide back. So this has got plenty of room. And we'll see. Get the little track in, put it in the forward end. Like that. And then when you slide it forward, that's too loose. Okay, you need to tighten it up a little bit more. I'm assuming this is like, because this is long, it's going to allow itself to be bent down if the screw is tight. So I'm going to bring it down a little bit. Let's see where we're at. That might be a little too snug. That's getting close. I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. That was tight. No. That's good. That's good. That's good. So we're gonna go with that. Let me tighten this other screw. Put it in. Stainless steel. That's not the right one. Here we go. Let's go in with the screw. Stainless steel. All right. Yeah, the door's jiggling. Let me slam the door. Make sure. All right, the door's shut. Yeah, it's tight. I like that. I like that. There you go, cameraman. Looks good. Looks really good. All right, I already got in the car before I committed to this position to make sure I liked it, and it's like it was further forward and down before, so I actually like this better because I got in the car and then this was all in the way, and I know you can tilt your head around, but this is in a good spot. So I'm going to go ahead and now we're going to do the same thing on the passenger side. Here we go. Back off a tiny bit. This is what takes so much time, man. There we go. It's sliding now. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now I need to find the screw hole in the front. A little too far forward. There we go. Love it. That's beautiful. All right, let's take a look at it. Ta-da! Looks good. Looks good. See the one from the other side. There's it. And here's this one. I'm liking it. But now they're even. They're same. So let's go ahead and now's the part you've been waiting for, which is that hood bird, I'll bet. We're gonna save the money shot for last. That's what we're gonna do next. We're gonna do the V, and then we're gonna do the hood bird. All right, the hood now. A few points. Let's see. I did a couple of different videos. I did one on the installation of this grill. I did another one on trimming out the front. I'll put some links up there. I also did a video on closing the hood. How to, so that when this hood is shimmed on the forward end, and when you shim it on the forward end, it allows that backside to completely go down. So just like that corner went down, if you got a problem that yours will not close, I've got a video for that. How to adjust it. So now let's get to this V. Let's get to this V. Boy, it's so dark over here. It is dark in this corner. So I'm gonna get the V and we'll be able to put it on. All right, I got the hood open. I got you way up in here in the tripod, the camera stand. Let's see. I was worried about how tight to make these studs, because it seemed like they were gonna be, these nuts are so tall. They're very, very tall. So I didn't want to be so tall that I couldn't reach them. Yeah, we're good. Oh, we got plenty. Let me go ahead and tighten those studs a little bit. I don't have my hood latch on yet. I believe you're not able to get to this. Yeah, you're not able to get to this center, the center stud, with the hood latch in place. So I didn't put it on. All right, that's 1, 2. Here comes the third one. And I'm gonna get back there and tighten it with a deep socket. All right, let's see if we can get it tight. Three of these. And these nuts don't seem to, like that one, I think, didn't pull tight. I think that one just started popping. Oh yeah, these nuts aren't worth a hoot. I might go back with regular nuts. I don't know. It's like they pull through. Oh, it's tight. And that's what it looks like. All right, as we're starting with the hood bird, there's 1, 2, 3 holes in the hood. There's not a fourth, there's only 3. There's four mounting bosses on the bird. Don't know why, but here's the hood. So the other thing is, on the inside, it catches the bracket or the brace for the hood, so it comes through here. And it's got those little thin little nuts, so I'm not going to use those. I'm going to use some regular hardware. I'm going to put regular nuts and washers here on these, at least these 2. Maybe not that one. Maybe I'll use the cup on that, the cup nut on that one. But that's what I'm going to do. Let me get some hardware ready, and we'll start putting it on. All right. Before I set the hood bird down, I've got a new gasket, and this came with the new bird. And this is it says Interface Performance Materials. So this impresses me to be some sort of a fibered, like a felt that's rubberized. So this is not just plain rubber. This is a nice gasket. So we're going to use this. This is a Danchuk product. This is Danchuk, and this bird is labeled as Mutton Hollow. I don't recall if they claim that this one was made in the USA, but I don't think that it is. I think I already proved that it's in Taiwan. But we're going to go ahead and set these down, and it's the 1, 2, 3 studs going through. The back 2 go through the hood brace. So I know that's going to give me a little bit of trouble setting this down the height. Because the brace is a little bit in the way, so I'm going to have to finagle that a little bit. Well, I got it on there, but look at the gasket. The gasket's wide. It's wide on that side. It's wide on this side. So I'm going to pull it back off. I haven't tightened it yet. I'm going to pull it back off, and I'm going to trim that because there's no way I want to look at that. No way. Find a way to mark it and then trim it with a pair of scissors. Much better. Much better. All right. I'm not showing you the backup view on purpose. Let me go ahead and get it tight, and then I'll show you the whole thing. All right, I'm going with a flat washer, a lock washer, and a nut. I'm gonna do that here. Then I'm gonna do it on this side, and I'm gonna put a cap nut on that side. So again, flat washer, lock washer, and nut. And I can't find a brand new nut, so the nut that I've got is dark. If it bothers me, but it shouldn't. If it bothers me, I'll go get I'll get a new nut. But there you go. All right, 1, 2. We get this cap nut on, tighten them up, and then I'll show you the whole thing. All right, here it is. Boom. Boom. That is awesome. 1956 right there. That's amazing. Let's see what the V. Wow. That is just too much. Too much. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Oh man. Coming at you. Look at that. It's getting ready to take off. Oh man. I love it. Let's take a look at everything we did. What do we start off with? The license plate lenses. Then we went on to the tail lights. We got our blue dots in. Backup lenses in. That looks awesome. Both sides. Both sides. Got our Chevy emblem on a trunk lid, our V. God, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. And then we got the Bel Air script on a quarter panel. Got the Chevrolet insignia. And the same thing on the other side, but I still have tape on it holding it on. We got our rear view mirrors on. Look at that. Those look terrific. And then of course, the crown jewel, the flying bird. That is America at its finest. And the V. Loving it. That's gonna do it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If anything, I hope was entertaining, if not educational. And as always, if you're enjoying my channel, I'd love a subscription. So until I see you next time, guess what we're working on? We're going to the interior next. Finally, here it comes. So until I see you next time, please take care of yourself. Cheers.